回来看一下阿富汗战争当时美国撤军的过程，它有多么的重要。美国20年的这一场阿富汗战争对他们来讲一无所有，而且仓皇逃离，这决定了美国从此2021年之后有一个非常重大的一个国际政治里头美国所做的决定。第一个，不参战；第二个，他不轻易的介入一场战争里头太深的情况，顶多是提供情报，或是向乌克兰提供军援跟财政的措施。阿富汗战争是一个重大的一个分水岭。阿富汗撤军之后，伊拉克的撤军，美国在年底的时候，2022年很快的撤军，连新闻都没有。所以美国完全撤出中东，不只是它不需要当地的石油，还包括美国从此整个国家战略的全面的一个翻转。它对台湾的影响太大，因为台湾大多数的人都相信，如果美中一战而中国攻打台湾的时刻，美国会保护台湾。过去你问起一些美国中国问题专家，或是对台湾问题很熟悉的人，美国会不会保护台湾？有些专家会说，其实美国人也不知道。但是从阿富汗战争之后，美国所驻台的乌克兰战争，美国人对乌克兰的支持，美国人民支持美国参战的比例只有17%，现在可能更低。在这个情况里头，阿富汗战争对台湾的影响，你觉得非常遥远，你不能遗忘它所代表的历史遗憾。
2021年8月30日深夜11点59分，载着最后一批美军的 C-1管运输机自喀布尔机场起飞，离开的不只是机场，还有一个到后来不知为何而战的战场。
You had to strain your eyes at times to see America's forever war finish. After 20 years, 4 American presidents, over 250,000 lives lost, the end was punctuated by a single image. A grainy night vision shot of Major General Chris Donahue, according to the US, the last soldier to leave Afghanistan.
美军完成撤离的日期比原本和塔利班定下的最后期限还早了整整1天，为什么呢？
It is the deadliest attack on U.S. forces in Afghanistan in a decade.
自从8月26日喀布尔机场外的炸弹恐攻以来，美军每1分钟都在恐攻的阴影下。
Planes continued to take off even after the explosions, but the evacuation is effectively over. Some foreign troops have already gone. Others, including the British and Americans, are packing up their equipment. The US has abandoned its forever war in Afghanistan.
这是一段拜登不想记起阿富汗人忘不了的历史。
The Taliban are sweeping across Afghanistan. President Biden promised.
There's going to be no circumstance where you see people being lifted off the roof of an embassy.
But now, the embassy staff have been instructed to shred sensitive documents and destroy computers. The airport is now the only safe way in or out of Afghanistan.
Many are comparing the scenes in Kabul with another chaotic American humiliation, the fall of Saigon.
This is not Saigon. We went to Afghanistan 20 years ago with one mission, and that mission was to deal with the folks who attacked us on 9/11. And we have succeeded in that mission.
美国任务成功，但阿富汗沦陷了。
Taliban officials drew crowds inside the city. Who knows if the people are motivated by genuine enthusiasm, curiosity, or fear of what will happen to them if they fail to support their new rulers?
This video, taken Sunday, shows Taliban fighters inside Afghanistan's presidential palace. It came as the group took control of Kabul, the Afghan capital, and followed the Taliban's swift seizure of most of the country. It's an outcome U.S. intelligence officials estimated could happen 6 months after the U.S. finished withdrawing its troops from the country. Instead, it took just over a week.
Of the presidential palace.
The truth is, this did unfold more quickly than we had anticipated.
After 20 years of war, much of what the U.S. sought to accomplish in Afghanistan crumbled in just 1 week, and many of the cities were taken without a fight, with Afghan soldiers surrendering to the Taliban, taking advantage of the group's promises of amnesty. Then, Afghan President Ashraf Ghani addressed the nation for the first time since the Taliban's takeover of the provincial capitals began. saying his priority was to remobilize Afghan security forces and defend Kabul. But the next day, on August 15th, Taliban fighters seized Kabul, and by that evening, insurgents took the palace, where they were filmed removing the Afghan flag.
8月15日当晚，喀布尔机场涌现逃难潮，总统呢？
In the morning, President Ashraf Ghani addressed the nation, saying that the Afghan security forces should be responsible for people's safety. By the evening, all that remained was his image. He had fled.
总统总是先逃亡，尽管昨日仍有承诺，隔天就上演了那一出震撼全世界的大逃难。
Willing to cling onto an aircraft as it took off, rather than stay in Afghanistan.
这是在刚刚那则新闻里没有播出的后半段。
20 people, maybe more, somehow believing that they can survive, crouched above the wheel as the plane takes off. But in terribly distressing pictures, several fell from the sky.
纽约时报说，此时飞机上的飞行员和副驾驶员意识到了他们遇到一个严重的问题，起落架不能完全收回。他们让一名机组人员通过一个小舷窗观察。纽约时报是这么描述的：机组人员看到了藏在轮舱里数量不明的阿富汗人遗骸，显然是被起落架碾碎了。
President Biden addressed the U.S., again defending his decision to pull U.S. troops out of Afghanistan.
So what's happened? Afghanistan political leaders gave up and fled the country. The Afghan military collapsed, sometime without trying to fight. If anything, the developments of the past week reinforced that ending U.S. military involvement in Afghanistan now was the right decision. American troops cannot and should not be fighting in a war and dying in a war that Afghan forces are not willing to fight for themselves.
多年后，人们恐怕不会记得拜登那天说了什么，但后世将永远记得阿富汗媒体拍下的这段令人痛心的影片。美军在阿富汗试图抓住最后一根救命稻草时，直接飞走。 纽约时报说，这也将成为拜登总统从阿富汗撤军的象征符号。